Welcome to my debut video. My name is Robert Segedi, now officially known as a commenting collector. Unofficially, I've been a fan of a wide range of YouTube videos and channels. In fact, over the last few years, I've given thousands of thumbs up according to the analytics, 776 comments to date, out of respect for the time and effort content creators dedicate to their videos. I feel it's my obligation to show engagement by leaving feedback and a thumbs up. Hence the name, The Commenting Collector. I seriously thought about changing my channel Wax Pack Fever in an ode to Motor City Madman Ted Nugent. I've got the Wax Pack Fever, do, whack. That's enough of that. But my pal Mike, better known as Junk Wax Hero, has the music tribute angle covered. To be a junk wax hero, got star. No, I'm sorry, and don't expect me to. You wouldn't want me to sing a lot on this channel, even though one of my broadcasting idols, Harry Carey, he sang and was famous for it, and couldn't carry a note, so it didn't stop him. Or, since my family is supportive, I was thinking of incorporating family in my title, but Jabs beat me to it and is crushing it. Besides, two Jabs families would be confusing, right? Same as the Mangini collection. Our last names both end in I. That's where the similarities end. When I grow up, I want to be John Mangini. Until then, I better give him space. Lastly, after I discovered the world of unopened packs, one of my first searches led me to Brandon Stewart's Brandon's Baseball Card channel. Catch the alliteration? Must have taken a few minutes to come up with that name. Seriously, I love watching his videos. He's one of the most knowledgeable people in the hobby when it comes to all things unopened, especially rack packs. In addition to his channel, which you should all subscribe if you haven't already, he has a podcast in which yours truly was on a little over a month ago. There's a link in my channel description. Please give him a sub along with Junk Wax Hero, John Mangini Collection, and Jabs Family if you haven't already. Regarding influencers, chasing cardboard is second to none. Baseball collector Mike Moynihan and Ty Wilson, I think that's Jeff's brother, no, just kidding, and Mike are the OGs in the hobby. I'm sure you are already subscribed. If not, and it means pausing me, I'm not going to be offended. Do it now. As far as resources go, the Vintage Wax and Packs Facebook group and nonsportswax.com are great. For the record, the majority of my 200 plus unopened collection is mainly non-sports, but I'm also working on a 25-year Topps baseball run that I want to share with you all in the upcoming videos. In addition, I will sprinkle in some mail day and unboxing and pack break videos. Lastly, in my 40 plus years of collecting, I have accumulated, in addition to cards and packs, a wide range of items from coins, beer cans, bottles, rare books, lunch boxes, and toys that I may sprinkle in on occasion. Until now, in addition to my passion for collecting, I am also an avid bird watcher. For that reason, I only had a few bird videos on my channel, until now of course, so it's actually amazing that I have 5 subscribers that I want to give a shout out to. In no particular order, there's Danielle Wilson. Number 2 would be Non-Sports Dude 24. Number 3, Angel Barragan Jr. Barragan, Barragan. I believe he has one video where he does some urban exploring into an abandoned Sears, which is pretty cool. But other than that, he's just a great commenter, kind of like how I cut my teeth. And 80s Kid 3D, and my newest subscriber, and I'm honored by the legendary Wax Pack Hero. So check out their channels and give them a sub. Of course I did. Without further ado, because I've been advised to try to keep the videos under 10 minutes, I'm going to spotlight my favorite and most valuable pack in my collection. All right. Oh, and one more housekeeping item before the reveal. And before I go on, please ignore creepy doll in the background. Just notice that was in the that was in the shot. Anyway, next week on this very channel, in the spirit of Junk Wax Heroes' popular weekly series, Attic Find Fridays. By the way, I'm not sure what day that airs on. I'll get back to you all as soon as I figure that one out. Anyway, I will reveal a personal story of my own quote-unquote attic find called the Over the Rainbow Discovery. Ooh. Well, anyway, without further ado, here is the pack that I rescued from eBay. No pun intended on the rescue description. Although I will say, speaking of rescue, back in the day, someone told me that they got a new pet and they said it was a rescue dog. Of course, my immediate thought or little cartoon bubble in my head went to one of those St. Bernard type of breeds that have one of those little tiny whiskey barrels around their neck, and they go around the Swiss Alps rescuing stranded hikers. Or maybe even like a Lassie type would be a rescue dog. I didn't realize that they were tooting their own horn regarding their own actions of purchasing their little mutt from an animal shelter. Anyway, what I mean by rescue is that this relic has survived 58 years without being opened, and it's not happening on my watch, as it is sealed and it's going to remain sealed. That's a $3 value, by the way. Free, real baseball sunglasses. How cool is that? Actually, I'll leave the back for you for a little bit to look at. Oh, actually, I'll just hold it. There you go. Pretty neat. Gilligan's Island 5-cent pack with bubble gum. Anyway, in case you're under 50 and not familiar with the show, here's a quick background of the show. Or if you're old like me, here's some interesting facts that I was unaware of. According to Wikipedia, yeah, I know I dug deep on this. The research department really dug deep on this one, on this video. But anyway, it's actually pretty informative. Green Acres, no. Gilligan's Island aired for 3 seasons on the CBS network from September 26, 1964 to April 17th, 1967. That's just 4 months before yours truly was born. That's how old this series is. I used to actually watch the reruns, as many kids did, after school religiously in the 70s. I'm going to put on the brakes one more quick time, or I should say another quick time, because who knows how many comments I will make, because after all, I am the commenting collector. But speaking of the 70s, please check out and subscribe to John Keating's That 70s Card Show. His examination of all card 70s is phenomenal. His storytelling style, along with his quick-witted, dry sense of humor, is pure entertainment. And he is, trust me, John's not paying me anything, because I know I bring my, many hundreds of thousands of viewers to his channel if I recommend it. But anyway, it's just genuinely, it's just a great channel to watch. So please give it a watch, 70s Card Show, and subscribe. Anyway, back to the show. Produced by Sherwood Schwartz, and that's Sherwood Schwartz. The show's ensemble cast features Bob Denver. Bob Denver was not, believe it or not, the first choice to play Gilligan. Actor Jerry Van Dyke, Dick's brother, was offered the role, but he turned it down, believing that the show would never be successful. Oops, that I guess he was a little bit wrong on that, wasn't he? Although he did amend for that little mess up, as he did all right as the lead in the 90s show called Coach, which actually was a really good show that I watched myself. Anyway, Andy Hale Jr., Skipper, Jim Backus, Thurston Howell III, the millionaire, of course, Natalie Schaefer, his wife Lovey, Tina Louise, who played Ginger. Of course, being a redhead, Ginger was appropriately named character. Russell Johnson, the professor, and Dawn Wells. And again, I'm going to put the brakes on. We're going to talk a little about Dawn Wells because I actually have a Dawn Wells autograph card that I didn't pull. I actually got it from eBay. Um, and believe it or not, paid $25 for it. So I thought that was actually a pretty good, a pretty good purchase. And Dawn Wells, a lot of people don't realize, but she was a former Miss Nevada when she auditioned for the Marianne role. Her competition included Raquel Welch, hubba hubba, and Pat Priest. The pilot episode featured a different character they called Bunny, played by actress Nancy McCarthy, and it was shot. After it was shot, the network decided to recast the role of the professor and the two young women. Marianne became a simple farm girl from Winfield, Kansas. Not to be confused with Dave Winfield, of course. Haha. Anyway, rumor had it she made a mean coconut cream pie. I would have loved to try Marianne's coconut cream pie. That would have been very tasty, I'm sure. And this card actually is a 2013 75th anniversary card. Um, and it's signed again by Don Wells, and there's a little description in the back, which is pretty cool. Can freeze frame that if you want to read that. So that's Don Wells. Like I said, paid $25 for it on eBay. So I thought that was really cool. Second subject, theme songs are, as the kids say, my jam. I love them. In fact, the Rockford Files theme has been my ringtone for years. Of course, they made Magnum PI, Kojak, trading cards, but never any love for Jimbo, which was a shame. So I had to turn Gilligan back a little. I had to improvise, and I bought my own Rockford card. Actually, obviously, it's not a Rockford card, but it's a 1965 Dutch HB set, and that's card number 100, blank back, and as you can see, it's a PSA 7 near mint, and I also got this card on eBay for $50, which I don't know if that was a good deal or not, but I really wanted a James Garner, as the Rockford Files is my favorite television show of all time. And please drop in the comments with any non-sports card series that were never made but you wish they had. Anyway, in the original song, the Professor and Marianne, originally considered second build co-stars, were referred to as quote-unquote the rest, but with the growing popularity of those characters, their names were inserted into the lyrics in the second season. The Gilligan theme song underwent this one major change because star Bob Denver personally asked studio executives to add Johnson and Wells to the song. Good for Bob. When the studio at first refused, saying it would be too expensive to reshoot, Denver insisted, even going so far as to state that if Johnson and Wells were not included, he wanted his name out of the song as well. Of course, the studio caved in, and the Professor and Marianne were added, and the rest was history. Gilligan's Island ran for 98 episodes. All 36 episodes of the first season were filmed in black and white and were later colorized for syndication. The show's second and third season, 62 episodes, and the 3 television film sequels aired between 1978 and 1982 and were filmed in color, and one can find those on YouTube. And those are actually still pretty good watches if you haven't seen them before. When I was a kid, it seemed like there were a lot more than 3 seasons, which is crazy, but it was probably because as a kid you would just watch the same episodes over and over, so it probably seemed like there was like 9 or 10 seasons, which, speaking of, personally, my top 3 episodes I remember the most, and in no particular order, were the giant spider in the cave. That used to creep me out, probably would creep me out today if I watched it. Second one was when they discovered a super glue-like substance on the island and used it to patch their boat, only to find out it wasn't waterproof. And the episode with Jungle Boy, played by 14-year-old Kurt Russell, those were my favorites. What were your favorite Gilligan Island episodes or memories? Please drop them in the comments. Okay, let's talk specifically about this issue. I'm going to make a shout out to Cardboard Connection for this info. 1965 Topps Gilligan's Island card fonts are done entirely in black and white. Images come from show stills and promotional shots. Most come with speech bubbles complete with bad jokes. A Gilligan's Island logo sits in the corner of the card. 1965 Topps Gilligan's Island has a 55 card checklist. The REA Spring Auction, a PSA 7 sold for 1,800 clams. Wow. Okay. As Porky Pig used to say, chicken is the other white meat. Please remember to subscribe and, of course, leave a comment. Good collecting, and thanks for watching. Oh, lovey.